our District 2 Commissioner, John Wood. And his daughter, your family, you can come up, stand behind John.
How are you doing, Mr. Wood?
Doing well.
All right, Mr. Wood, if you raise your right hand for me. I am John Wood, do swear or affirm that I will well and truly discharge the duties of Commissioner for Jones County in all matters which require my official action to the best of my knowledge and skill, and I will so act as in my judgment will be most conducive to the welfare and best interests of the entire county. I have been a resident thereof for the time required by the Constitution and laws of this state. I do further solemnly swear or affirm that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof, that I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, which I am prohibited from holding by the laws of the state of Georgia, and that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution of the United States and laws of Georgia, and that I will support the constitutions of the United States and of this state, so help me God.
Will.
One more oath. I am John Wood, a citizen of Jones County, and being an employee of Jones County, state of Georgia, and the recipient of public funds for services rendered as such employee, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Georgia, so help me God.
I will.
Right, we'll sign this right here behind you. United States. I hit that with me. This one for you. Miss Brady is going to have her certificate on the card to use that. You have to take this attachment. Absolutely, congratulations. All right, I'll let you and your family get where y'all go, and then I'll just jump in on the other side. Thank you. John?
Thank you, ma'am.
Next is our District 3 Commissioner, Wendy Vaughn. Her family wants to come up.
We'll keep it right here.
I got too much money invested in it.
We feel the love, Wendy.
All right, let's go and raise your right hand. I, Wendy Brown Bone, do swear or affirm that I will well and truly discharge the duties of Commissioner for Jones County in all matters which require my official action to the best of my knowledge and skill, and I will so act as in my judgment will be most conducive to the welfare and best interest of the entire county. I have been a resident thereof for the time required by the Constitution and laws of this state. I do further solemnly swear or affirm that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof, that I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, which I am prohibited from holding by the laws of the state of Georgia, and that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution of the United States and the laws of Georgia, and that I will support the constitutions of the United States and of this state, so help me God. One more. Raise your hand for me. I, Wendy Brown Vaughn, a citizen of Jones County and being an employee of Jones County, state of Georgia, and the recipient of public funds for services rendered as such employee, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Georgia, so help me God.
I take the other side.
Thank you.
Okay, I know that.
Right, last but not least is our District 4 Commissioner, Daylon Martin.
No, I'm good. Let me get the right one in front of me. That'll help before I make you raise your hand. All right. I, Daylon Martin, do swear or affirm that I will well and truly discharge the duties of Commissioner for Jones County in all matters which may require my official action to the best of my knowledge and skill, and that I will so act as in my judgment will be most conducive to the welfare and best interests of the entire county. I have been a resident thereof for the time required by the Constitution and laws of this state. I do further solemnly swear or affirm that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof, that I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, which I am prohibited from holding by the laws of the state of Georgia, and that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution of the United States and the laws of Georgia, and that I will support the constitutions of the United States and of this state, so help me God.
Will.
I, Daylon Martin, a citizen of Jones County, and being an employee of Jones County, state of Georgia, and the recipient of public funds for services rendered as such employee, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Georgia, so help me God.
Sure.
We'll get you signed up over here. Take your official. We'll get one of y'all here and there. We'll cover both of them.
You can go down there and up there. Try to save paper. No, it's printed out all in here too. Okay. See, I'll do that for every meeting. Okay. No, we're all good. We're good. Got it both ways. I'm right on this copy.
You have your certificate for you.
I wasn't sure.
Let's get you a picture.
When Jason's here, it's here.
I will do it like everybody else. I don't
Well,
wanna
this is
mess
good.
you
If
up.
y'all do it this way every time.
I'll do some now.
Okay.
We got the flash on. We're trying to get y'all back down here.
And the entire board owes Judge Petty a sincere thank you, because this was very, very last minute notice. The other judge that was gonna be here, could not make it. She wasn't roped into this until late today, so we sincerely thank you for being here.
That way. Thank y'all very much. Great to
Thank
see
you.
y'all. Appreciate it.
All right, we need to get a
Let's
board
get
picture.
the board down here to take a picture, and then we'll get you in your spot.
Ladies first.
They was getting ready to hot, and I kept rolling forward.
Hold your breath.
Hands in front of us or behind us. I'm sorry, the photographer in me.
However you want to do it. Let's get one more.
Are we gonna sit or stand?
We'll start sitting first.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna stand up in the back?
We'll do that first.
We need to get the chairs out of the way? Stand like that?
She usually puts you on the paper sitting. We can take one of you all standing if you want.
Well, we
Okay, just
did last time.
stand and smile and then sit.
4 years. Sit.
Do we need to go in closer?
Yeah, that might be.
I'm not gonna be at our desk.
That's good.
Sorry. We also need a picture of just, John Wood by himself for the website real quick while he's all dressed up. And then of, Miss
You
Law by
gonna get,
herself.
you want me to
Everything
take
I'm
one of
gonna
John with my camera?
Oh, so that was your camera up there doing all that good.
Watch this, the professional.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how to work her camera.
She's got it on.
No, he's going to for the website too.
We need to make sure your microphone's on. Your microphone. All right.
John's.
Yeah, I looked at his, it's already on. Is that microphone on, Sam?
May I make a remark? We finally got somebody good looking on the commission.
How we go with that? Oh.
I like that comment, thank you.
Whatever it takes to bring our game up.
That's it. We'll take anything, hey, we'll take it, won't we, Sam?
That's right.
All right, well, great, that's great. I want to welcome the new commissioners on board, and looking for a great 4 years to come, and then many more, hopefully. All right, I want to call this meeting to order, January 5th, 2021. The official time is 6:28. I'd like to call it to order. I need approval of the agenda, but before I ask for approval, we've got three items on new business that's postponed. Will be 2, 3, and 5, which will be, I guess, heard at the next meeting.
Yeah, let's have a motion to postpone.
Yeah, okay.
Please.
You're getting ahead of me again. A motion to postpone 2, 3, and 5 for the next meeting.
After we start the meeting.
Yeah.
Yes. With that being said, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
I have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Commissioner Kitchens, would you do the honors tonight?
Be happy to, Chairman. Y'all will join me and bow your head, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for the day you've given us. We thank you for allowing us to be here. We know that you offer us the opportunity to serve you every day, Lord. But we thank you for allowing us the opportunity to serve our community and our county, all the people here. Lord, we just ask that you put your hands on us, guide us, direct us in the right way so that we make the decisions, make the choices that would benefit you, serve glory to you. Lord, thank you for all that you do for us. We thank our law enforcement, our military, our first responders, all of those that you provide to protect us at all times. But we ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Kitchens. Before we get started, I need a motion to postpone 2, 3, and 5 on new business till the next meeting.
So moved, Chairman. Motion to postpone 2, 3, and 5, item number 1.
All right, I have a second.
I'll second.
Second. Any more discussion? None? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right. Move forward, board appointments. Tonight, we have a board appointment, appoint John Albright to the Tax Assessors Board for a 6-year term. You do realize that a while back, we appointed John to our Development Authority. He said he could better serve us on the Tax Assessors Board, so he asked if he could be considered for that. And that it's the countywide appointment, and he's already with the state doing state appraisal, so he's already, in the ballgame on that. So if it's y'all's will, I'd entertain a motion to accept him for the board for the 6-year term.
I'll make a motion to appoint John Albright to the Jones County Tax Assessors Board for a 6-year term.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Second, any more discussion? None, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. You aye, Dylan?
Oh, aye.
Okay, all right. This mask, I couldn't see the mouth moving. At least I can see your eyes smiling. All right, we're going to reappoint Frank Duke to the Central Georgia Joint Development Authority Board for a term of 4 years. We also have Francis Adams, Brick Nelson, and Jonathan Pitts. I'd entertain a motion for Frank Duke first, because I think there's some discussion wanted for this. If we can get a motion to reappoint Frank Duke to a 4-year term.
A motion that we reappoint Frank Dukes to the Central Georgia Joint Development Authority Board for 4 terms.
All right, we got a motion, we have a second?
Second.
Second, all right, up for discussion? Mr. Wood, you want to discuss you'd said something we can go discuss now, you want to wait till we get down to the bottom?
Okay, I want to first off appreciate and thank each of these individuals for serving Jones County. And I was just I was doing some research of where each individual lives, and it's come to my attention that we have 2 individuals that live in the same district, and we have possibly one district that doesn't have a member that's on this regional board.
All right, you don't have a member in District 4.
Correct. And John uncovered it. I think I became aware of it as well, and a citizen also brought that up. I did request attendance, just so I could see who had been there and who had been participating. And the first 3 had near perfect attendance, I think, or very good attendance, and the last did not. And considering the potential opening for my district, I would recommend 2, 3, and 4, and then leave 5 open for District 4 to appoint a member.
Okay. Any other, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, just to comment that, did we have an appointment based off a board member? If that's the case, then I would recommend that we nominate Commissioner Martin to serve as a.
You're on the National Development Authority already too, correct? NACO?
No, well, NACO's not National Development
Not NACO.
Authority,
Which-
yeah. That's
which one you
county.
But it wouldn't have any conflict.
No conflicts.
Then that would, so that we have, and I don't know if this was an appointment for a representation of the board, but I do think it's good that we have representation of the board and each district, so that would 2 with 1.
Would that be something you'd be interested in?
I would accept it.
Okay, all right, so when we get down there, that way we had the discussion, so as I go down the line, all right, any more discussion? We have a motion and a second for Mr. Frank Duke. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Same appointment for Mr. Francis Adams for the Central Georgia Joint Development Authority for a 4-year term. Have a motion to approve him.
Make the motion.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Chairman, that's a motion to appoint Francis Adams to Central Georgia Development Authority for a 4-year term.
That's correct, okay. Clarify.
She's busy.
We're gonna keep our attorney happy with it.
I was
Any more discussion?
looking at one of the
None.
bond resolutions.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
For
Rick?
once, I don't get on to you and you wanted that, right?
Yeah, I'm used to it. I've got 3 women I got to
I
watch out.
know.
I mean, I'm used to this. I'm surrounded. Reappoint Mr. Brick Nelson to Central Georgia Joint Development Authority Board for 4 years. We have a motion for Mr. Nelson.
I make a motion to reappoint Brick Nelson to the Central Georgia Joint Development Authority Board for a term of 4 years.
We have a motion, we have a second.
I'll second.
I would second it. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Let's have it. Thank you. Reappointment for Jonathan Pitts for the Central Georgia Development Authority Board for a 4-year term. All right, do I have a, Commissioner Kitchen, you got a motion for that?
Yeah, make a motion that we appoint Commissioner Daylon Martin to represent the board for the Central Georgia Development Authority Board for a term of 4 years.
I've got a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Commissioner Wood. Any more discussion? None? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Accuse myself.
Just put your smiley face up there.
Yeah.
All right, we move to our consent agenda tonight and approval for the minutes. All we have at this time is a call meeting on December 15th, 2020. If y'all had the opportunity to look at the meeting, the minutes, if no changes, I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved, Chairman.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. Mr. Martin? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Our new business tonight, we have Animal Services Surgery Suit. Miss Allen, you here tonight? I know you are.
I got a suite?
Suit.
Sweet.
Surgery suite.
We got a suit?
Sweet. Sweet.
Sweet, excuse me. I read to my brain's outrunning, my mouth's outrunning my brain. Sweet, excuse me.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Welcome to the new commissioners. I guess I have the pleasure of being the first one to ask for some money. So as you're aware, we are building a new surgery suite at the facility for adoptions that go out, so they can go out the door already fixed and into their new loving home. The amount that will be needed would be $11,580.07. However, through our fundraising efforts, we have raised a little over $2,300 towards this amount. So I was hoping that I could get your blessing to go ahead and order all the supplies and everything that's needed to start this new adventure.
With
I
this-
think the remaining amount at the moment is just a little over $9,000.
Is this gonna also save us money by having this, doing it in-house, or?
I don't know so much about saving the county money. I haven't really done all those figures yet. It will, however, save on procedures and stuff that we are required to do for the ag department and some other things, which will streamline our process a little bit better.
I don't see how it couldn't save money, because the supplies that we're purchasing now to be used on the animals would be purchased at the vet when we take them to get them fixed, and also the travel cost.
However, I will say that Dr. Gadd is, for the most part, donating her time towards these procedures. So we are saving money there with her generosity to donate a large portion of that to us.
Great. Any more questions from Miss Allen?
And the adoption fees are,
They're going to be, it's going to be $110 across the board for cat or dog. For that price, they will get spayed or neutered, a microchip, a rabies vaccination, and their first round of 5-in-1 shots. That's a very reasonable price. If you were to go to any other, county facility, you're going to, for the large part, pay more than that. So it's a fairly decent price.
very good.
And correct me if I'm wrong, in the past, we had required that the new adopter have this done in a certain amount of time, and we're running into issues of not
Yeah,
being
it's
able to enforce that.
required by the Department of Ag to have that done within 30 days, and I'm required to follow up on each of those, and for the large majority of it, it's almost impossible to do that.
Yes.
Because you
So that's
either,
gonna cut down on that.
they don't live there anymore, the numbers don't work, the dog disappeared for whatever reason. It's just nearly impossible to complete that.
And we've addressed that issue in the new changes to our animal ordinances. And I know under department head comments, Jennifer's going to come back and talk to you all about that as well.
And I was just gonna ask, is this gonna automatically be mandatory, by the way?
As far as which part?
Right, like when someone adopts, it's mandatory, it's not an option, they
That
can't
is a
opt out.
state requirement.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that it is, that is a requirement. That's not optional.
Awesome.
Any more questions, comments?
And it's coming out of general fund.
I am also, we have not stopped our fundraising efforts for this, and we will still have ongoing monies to come back and pay towards that. So hopefully we'll get a large portion of that back to the county.
Chairman, if it's in order, I'd make a motion that we authorize the implementation of the surgery suit.
Sweet.
And
You don't have glasses, they're not fogging up on you.
I guess since we already have some, I would just say, can we approve it with an amount not to exceed $9,500? And that way, whatever they bring in before then, we just make up the difference.
Sure. All right, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. We move on to item 4 tonight on new business is the bank signatures card. As y'all well know, or if you didn't know in the past, our Miss Margie used to sign along with the board members on these checks and the administrator. Well, Shannon's now in that position, and we need to have her on the signature card if it's y'all's will, because there is times that Jason can't be here, or maybe like another commissioner, so that gives the convenience to have enough signature here to take care of it. And I was gonna see if y'all would entertain adding Shannon to our signature card list.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? None? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Jason, can you hear?
I'm here.
Okay, you've been quiet. All right, we got the,
I don't know if he wants to take this or if he needs me to, but it's
you
up
wanna
to
go and
him.
take it? It's the FFCRA COVID leave extension. You wanna do it?
Jason, do you want to handle that, or do you want me to discuss it?
I'm good with you discussing it if you want to, that's fine.
Under the previous act, this allowed employers to be reimbursed through our withholdings, withholding on our employees' paychecks if the employee was out up to 14 days for reasons such as COVID, or caring for a family member that had COVID, or having to stay at home to care for a child that they had no other care provider and was out of school, things of that nature. That expired, and we opted in to do that. It really doesn't cost us anything because the county's reimbursed through withholdings, but that expired at the end of the year, and we can extend that and continue to allow that to any of our employees that fit those categories if they've not otherwise used sort of their 14 days that they're allotted through the end of March, if it's the board's desire.
Does that include part-time?
It
I
does.
thought of it. Okay.
Any questions, Ms. Brody? What's the will of the board?
I'll make a motion that we continue the FFCRA COVID leave extension.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? If none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. All right, we're going to, are we doing the consideration approval of bond resolution for the Jones County General Obligation Sales Tax Bond Series 2020?
And Attorney John Pennell is here. John, you want to come up?
Good evening.
Welcome.
Good
How are
evening.
y'all?
Good to you.
I guess, are the new commissioners familiar with this, or should I give a quick kind of overview of
You
how
may
we've
want
gotten
to
to this
give
point.
a
Okay.
quick overview.
Sure. My name's John Pennell. I'm a lawyer in Savannah, and I'm with a firm. We've acted as bond counsel for Jones County over the years with Frank Childs and now with Ashley. We were engaged about a year ago to help the county renew the sales tax. And as y'all are familiar, the sales tax, the SPLOST, was renewed by the voters on June the 9th. It's anticipated to raise $14 million to be divided between the county and the city of Gray. That new tax will start on July the 1st of this year. But in conjunction with the election, the voters also authorized the county to issue up to $6 million of general obligation bonds to go ahead and kind of jumpstart some of those projects. And that's what we're here to do tonight. The voters authorized $6 million, but in, I think, consultation with David Lucas and Andrew Tritt with Stiefel Nicholas, they put out a bid for $3.75 million of those bonds. And a bid was accepted by the county at y'all's last meeting with Zions Bank for an interest rate of 1.07%. So pretty cheap money. What we have for y'all tonight is a bond resolution to approve that locks all of that in. I think this was discussed in pretty good detail at y'all's last meeting, but Zions was not in a position to have it approved before year end just because of the kind of compressed schedule. And so we need for the county to take action tonight to authorize the bond resolution. Assuming y'all do so, the bond actually will close next week, and the funds will be available to the county on the 14th. We do have some closing papers that we need for the chairman and the county clerk to sign, assuming y'all approve everything tonight. But again, what the resolution does tonight, it authorizes the issuance of the bonds for them to be sold to Zions for that interest rate of 1.07, and then the sales tax over the 6-year term will be used to pay back the bonds. So I'm happy to help answer any questions y'all may have about the process or about the bond resolution. But that is the action item we have for you tonight.
Any questions, Commissioner Vaughn? None, Commissioner Wood?
No, that's
Entertain a motion this time.
Make a motion to approve the bond resolution for the general obligation sales tax bonds.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? If none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, thank you.
Great,
And
thank
under,
y'all.
John, under this same topic, was there an agreement also with
You're-
Stiefel that needed to be addressed?
There is, and it may be good to have a separate motion. It's the placement agent agreement, which is engages them to place the bond with Zions Bank. And they have an agreement that kind of lays out the representations of the bank and what they'll do between now and closing. So yeah, I think that would be probably a good belt and suspenders approach to maybe have that authorized as well.
Now I'll make a motion to engage in contract with Stiefel to act on our behalf to have the bonds.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Second. Commissioner Vaughn. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, thank you.
All right, great, thank you.
Thank you.
John, you may not want to go far. John is here for any questions you all have regarding the PFA tonight as well. I know that's our next agenda item.
All right, PFA structure, Mr. Risner, you gonna handle it?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I'll be happy to talk a little bit about that. Just with the two new members coming on board, we wanted to add these things back to the agenda, and so the organizational structure item, that's basically the bill language that would be sent to our state legislative delegation, and would go into the bill that we would ask Susan Holmes to introduce on our behalf. And then the second item there is just a resolution of support, basically asking the legislative delegation to introduce a bill that would create a public facilities authority in Jones County. And we just thought it might be good to have both of those on the agenda again with the new members, and be happy to answer any questions they might have, or anybody else. And with John being there tonight, he's the expert on these things, and I'm sure he'd be happy to help as well.
Sure. Mr. Vaughn, do you have any questions?
No, not right now.
Okay, Commissioner Wood?
Not at this time.
All right. Any other commissioners? Any questions? I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the PFA organizational structure and request that our representatives take it to the Capitol for us.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second.
A second.
Second. Any more discussion? None, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed, 4-1. All right, thank you. All right, we're down to, that was resolution motion too?
I was gonna say, did he say structure and resolution?
Uh,
Okay, we
Did
need.
you say structure and
Yeah,
resolution?
I make a motion that we authorize the chairman to sign the PFA resolution to accompany the organizational structure.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? None, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed, 4-1 again. Department heads. Mr. Risner, you gonna start?
Just one quick thing that I was going to mention for all of you to be thinking about. We'll have on the next agenda for you to select the vice chairman. That's something that has to be done every 4 years. So that's something for all the board members to be thinking about between now and then. So, but other than that, I don't think I have anything right now.
Well, we hope you get to feeling better.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Ladies first. Jennifer?
So in reference to our new ordinance that we're working on, I know at the last meeting that there was some concerns about a couple of things that when it needed to be tweaked. I have been able to get in touch with our rescues that have interest in it, and there was a few wording changes and a couple of things, nothing major or minor, that needed to be changed. I don't think that it will require an additional workshop. If it's something that we can put on the next meeting to have the first reading, if Ashley can just tweak some of those things that we talked about.
And
I do have a few members of the rescue community here. They would like to say anything. I don't know if y'all had anything that you wanted to add or anything.
I think all of us were able to review the ordinance in its entirety with.
And we spoke on the
Right.
the
and
thread.
I think everyone was in agreement that the wording, thank you very much, the wording got tweaked so that it made a bunch of women happy, and that's.
We thank each and every one of y'all.
That's probably the best ordinance ever written. Model that one.
Written by a woman, there
Yeah,
you
written by a
go.
woman. That's why it worked.
That's right, stamp it. That's what it-
With your blessing, can we put it on the next
Absolutely.
agenda for the first reading, if that's okay with that?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's fine.
Sure.
Great, thank y'all so much.
Hey, thank y'all for the great work.
Thank y'all.
Each and every one of you.
Jennifer, we appreciate it.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jennifer, that's a lot of hard
Mr.
work.
Pelkey?
Thank y'all so much.
Good evening.
Good
I'd
evening.
just like to welcome Mr. Wood and Mrs. Vaughn, and just looking forward to a good year, and just appreciate the rest of the board and all your guidance throughout the last couple of years, and looking forward to a good year. Just appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have you doing a sheriff's report tonight? You good? Travis didn't tell you about sitting in the back of my boardroom, did he?
I can use that.
Okay. We appreciate y'all very much. Ms. Brody, you have anything?
Nothing, thank you, Chairman.
Hey, Missy, you have anything, Ms. Brody?
Just what I talked to you about earlier with, we're having a lot of COVID cases. A lot of our departments are affected now, so, wanted to see if y'all would be okay with maybe, making it where we were before, we're being able to work from home for some people, and, keeping, I talked to the tax commissioner, he does not wanna close. but maybe only one person in there at a time, something. Every day it seems like we're getting more and more positive employees.
You know, Brian can pretty much control that office how he wants
Yeah.
because he's a constitutional officer. And, any comments to that? Questions?
A couple of things, Chairman, and I'll tell you what I was told, and I won't say by who, but I respect them very much. If you catch COVID, it shouldn't be anything against you because you don't know where you can catch it in. But if you are a close contact at work, in a work setting, then you're not following the right procedures, and that's a problem. You and I talked about this. There are, and I'm just going to throw it out there. I have seen a lot of offices that wear a mask when they're around somebody, or wear a mask if they don't wear it walking down the hall or when they go into an office and talk. We need to, we have a mandate to wear a mask, and I think unless you're sitting in your office at your desk, you need to have a mask on. And if you're going around to other people, you need to have a mask on. I mean, it's the cases are rising. However you feel about the virus, personally or politically, the facts are the facts, and the cases are rising right now. So, I think it's our responsibility to set forth the policy that we expect. With that being said, I know in the school district in Bibb, we've gone to staggered shifts in central office for that reason, and schools have gone back virtual just because of the rise in cases. I've been watching Jones County in the last 2 weeks. We've really increased a lot. So I would be okay with, and I don't know how we do that in a other than administratively ask Jason to say department heads need to come up with a plan of how your department has to work. We have to have customer service. We have to have, the basic needs met. But there are ways that, stagger shifts where some come in at 6 and get off at 3, some come in at 7 and get off at 4, 8 to 5, however we need to do it so that we don't have, especially in bigger departments like Public Works and the Water Department, where we don't have that big of a crowd, at a meeting area or at the time clock or stuff like that. So I think we ought to have Jason look into whatever we can do to help.
Can we do all that administratively? Anyone else?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, from the very beginning, I've been probably the most concerned and the most avid about being home, and you never know where you're going to catch it. I don't want us to be a source of somebody catching it. It affects everybody differently. I've seen enough to know that I was truly blessed, but we have some people in different health categories that may not be. And I don't want to risk employees nor citizens because they feel compelled to come up here and do the right thing, pay taxes, vote, and be a part of the county government process. So I know we task Will with finding as much as we can in terms of turning that over to internet-based, web-based. We need to continue that doubly. We want people to come in that feel like they have to, but as much as we can do online, we should be able to do that. I hate that online costs us, 2 point whatever % to process. We need to potentially find another vendor where it doesn't cost us as much to do that transaction so people feel comfortable and aren't penalized for paying online. Whatever we can do to mitigate it, we should. And, that's my biggest concern. I don't think we're at a point where you should be mandatorily tested before you come back into the building. But I know in Bibb County, I have to have a positive, well, I didn't have to be retested to come back into work, which is interesting. They just feel if you had it, it is what it is, and you move on once the symptoms. I don't know what our policies are, and maybe we need to look at that. And again, close contact shouldn't happen if we're doing the right thing. Some of our county departments that have department-wide meetings, we need to consider the Zoom and the electronic options with Teams and so on. And they can have that meeting from the car. The weirdest thing is when you see 3 guys, county employees, in a truck riding together, but they've been riding together all year. So technically that's a homogenous group, right? But we need to caution against some of those things, and they should come up with a plan. Some of our departments are probably more well-equipped to manage that. Where there are some challenges, I think our administrator and our human resource director should probably share some guidance.
Anyone else? Anything else? That's it? All right. Citizen comments tonight, anybody?
While he's on approach, whoever's going home to work, can we make sure they have the right equipment and tools to do it? Thank you.
I know who you are, but for the record, could you give your name and address?
Jerry Rowland, live at 370 Homer Roberts. On this corona stuff, you know, if we got somebody test positive, I know we're coming in and we're spraying the buildings and all this. What about the vehicles? I know the bus lots probably got something. That's
something we need to look at.
That was something I brought up with John this morning. You know, we got vehicles that people drive and.
Do they share it,
Oh,
the
yeah.
vehicles?
That needs to be added.
I have some guidelines.
They need
from
to be, the vehicles need to be treated,
Right.
especially if they come up positive.
Yeah,
I can help with that if,
that's great.
You know,
because, I mean, I've got,
like me, I ride by myself, so. But I'm liable to get dump truck or.
yeah, I agree. I mean, wiping them down and spraying them down. We use a chemical called Halt by a 55-gallon drum. We got a dispenser that dilutes it down for us, and we spray the buses. It's a 10-minute kill time, dries, no residue. And we also use a wipe that's in a 3-gallon bucket that pulls up like Clorox wipes.
If the people that's riding the truck are out, spray the truck and just let it sit, don't drive it.
Right.
Till they come back.
Or if somebody has to get in and drive it, they can wipe it down and it's killed, time's already there.
Yeah.
And that's a policy I think she can
Yes.
definitely share. I know Bibb County, as a teacher, when the kids leave the room, I got to spray all the seats where the kids
Right.
occupied and the door handles, and it has to sit for that time.
Right.
And making that maybe the most recent or last driver's responsibility, when you exit the truck, you spray, you know, so people know.
Right. Various companies, even 9 months ago, when they saw the coronavirus ramping up, like I'm going to use rental trucks, for example. U-Haul company sent out a thing, this is what you do with trucks coming in. And they provided the cleaning supplies. You wipe down all surfaces inside that vehicle, and you leave the doors open for 10, 15 minutes, let it air out, evaporate. And then it's, you know, it's a high-end product they provided. So it is, you know, just something we may need to start doing here in the county.
Well, you know, that, you know, when certain ones are getting it, you know, that come to mind, you know, their vehicles need to be treated too.
Do we have foggers here?
Yeah, did we buy
I'm
any
not
of the
familiar.
backpack misters of the foggers? Okay.
I mean, that's another thing that you could simply fog it down with the, I don't know which chemicals y'all are using with the fogger. Is it the tablets, chlorine tablet? Okay.
But, you know, I just thought I'd bring that up.
Yeah.
Thank
You know, and work with Jeffrey and anybody drive.
Yes, everybody.
County
Like with the
vehicle.
sheriff's department, with
Yeah,
them having
them
to
too.
jump into spare vehicles.
Or when they transport somebody.
Yes.
Any other citizens tonight? None? Move to commissioners' comments. I'll start. Again, I would like to welcome the new board, Commissioner Vaughn, Commissioner Wood. Next meeting, I'd like to have a work session prior to the meeting, and this meeting would be for water project directions and additional funding options, which Commissioner Martin had spoke about. Maybe we have opportunity to talk about them also, if we can get with Jeffrey and Tim, and got to get the new board's blessings of where we want to go on water projects. And 4 years ago, when Commissioner Kitchen and I got elected and was in this position and got sworn in, we got together and had a retreat with all the department heads and constitutional officers. Gives you an opportunity to see what that department has, maybe needs are, concerns, and get you an opportunity to see what what takes place in each one of the departments and constitutional officers. Because I learned a lot through that retreat we had, and I think the new board, we need to have a retreat also. But that was my two ideas for going further. Commissioner Wood. I'm not gonna pick on you tonight, so I'll let Commissioner Kitchen start off with commissioner comment.
Okay.
Chairman, just a couple of comments. I echo what you said. Welcome aboard, Commissioner Vaughn, Commissioner Wood. Get ready, get your feet wet, and get to moving, get to work. So, yeah, it'll be good. It'll be fun. I appreciate y'all putting your name in the hat to serve the community. It's an honorable thing. I will say one little comment about this vice chairman position. Hey, it ain't always cracked up for y'all. I'm just telling you. You know, the man never misses a meeting. You know, you just kind
He's
of.
mad because I won't miss a meeting. I let
I've
you
never
do
sat in a chair. 4 years, never sat in a chair.
You got to start a work session for me.
I don't understand it. So,
You got to start a work session, isn't that good enough?
and then 5 minutes later, he walks in and takes it away from me. So, no, I appreciate the last 4 years, Chairman. As Vice Chairman, it's been an honor serving. The only thing, I think we talked a little bit about this, and hopefully we can discuss it maybe at the next meeting or something. And I don't want to. I hate to put it out there because I have not spoken to Marion about it, but I think she probably knows that the only complaint, or one of the complaints that I've had this year about our election cycle, is the line. You know, people in line. We know that we had 25% early voting in the past, and we're at like 60% now. So we know what the problem is, but we just don't know if this situation is going to be here at the next election cycle. So I think we need to be prepared if it is, and we just need to look and see what that means. Does that mean an additional off-site early voting site? Does that mean we move? You know, we've talked about the storage areas and expanding area for her to have storage and workspaces and stuff like that. But does it also mean, you know, a bigger area for our voting machines in there? That was sort of really a tight spot for it wasn't set up for that many people to go through at one time. And it's not this time. I don't think it's a fault of ours. But if we don't address it going forward, the next time it'll be on our shoulders. So I think we need to look at that and talk about it and get some. You know, we definitely need Marion involved because she knows what requirements and statutes and laws that we got to go by for the Secretary of State's office. So we'll talk about that and figure out a plan going forward.
All right.
That's all I got, Chairman. Thank
All
you.
right, Commissioner Wood.
Happy to be here. It's been a lot of hard work getting here. I'm looking forward to serving everyone in the community, especially those in District 2. Have a lot of work ahead of us, but I'm ready for it. And I was going to bring up one thing. The storms this past New Year's time frame kind of raised some questions about additional needing for severe weather sirens. And I know Don's not here tonight, so I can't ask him. But maybe at the next meeting, it can be an item to talk about, do we have some funds available, whether it be splash funds or some, you know, and identify some areas of the county that's needed, possibly there in Bradley or Juliet area. I think there's some, and then possibly out 129, there's some other, you know, fire station areas that possibly need that. We need to do an assessment and move forward with that. Because tornado season's around the corner.
Yeah. If I could add to that, I would hope that we would get maybe an administrator, get Jason to reach out to Don and have him go ahead and do that assessment and bring us back the cost and what the needs for the next meeting so we can vote on it. That way, you know.
We don't have to wait.
We don't have to wait, and we don't know when the next storm's going to hit, but yeah, I agree 100%. That's
Sounds good.
yeah, thank you.
And I echo also what you said about the voting. It's, we don't know if it's a temporary voting situation where it's going to be 60% or whatever, or it's going to drop back to what we've seen in the past years. But we do need to be ready for the next election, whether it be a special election or the gubernatorial in 2 years.
All right.
I'm looking forward to working with everyone.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank
Commissioner
you.
Wood. Commissioner Vaughn?
Thank y'all. I look forward to serving Jones County and my constituents of District 3. I think out of everyone here, I had the easiest route getting here. I ran unopposed, so it was kind of easy there. But I don't want y'all to think that just because it was easy that I'm not going to work for you. I I'm Jones County through and through, and I want to do what's best for not only my District 3, but for the whole county. Because that's where my heart's at, has been, always will be. So I look forward to the next 4 years. I look forward to working with you guys. I might have to kick you or throw my shoes at you sometimes, but you'll know I'm here, okay? And poor Daylon has right beside me here, so he may catch the blunt of it sometimes. But I look forward to it. I'm grateful.
Thank you. Commissioner
Welcome.
Martin?
Hey, welcome. You know how refreshing it is to look to my left and smile. I'm just saying it's exciting. To echo their sentiment, you know, it did add beauty and peace. Easy walk. No, it takes courage to put your name down because there's a risk. And the reality is that you had a courageous conversation with some people, probably yourself and the Lord, and you made a good decision, and I'm excited to have you. Same thing with John. You never know when it's your time, and it was your time this time. I thought it wasn't my time when I went to bed, and I woke up, it was my time. I was like, okay. So, hey, thank you, Lord. So welcome. There's some good work to be done. I'm looking forward to us getting on the same page about the key things that are driving this county: infrastructure support for us, the services that we provide, and making the quality of life better for not only our constituents but our employees. We do have some work to do. So some big ticket items, I hope we do get them out of the way, whether that's healthcare and making our co-pays and those other fees more manageable. If it's ISO ratings for the county, so thereby reducing out-of-pocket expenses for all of our constituents that own homes. Those are some big items that are out there, but that make a difference. And water and sewer, without question, we're always going to have a water and sewer issue. And then, of course, the great debate of roads and where to put them and how to best chip seal or asphalt. So I'm looking forward to those conversations. Hopefully, we will have the retreat to address some of those and then get some of the feedback from our stakeholders, our key stakeholders, our department heads. The bond, I did have a question because I might have missed it. I know we talked about up to an amount, but we got a lower amount. And thinking about 1.07, I'm sure we had some other debt that we may be able to consolidate. So if we can still use the difference, the 2.25 or whatever it is, and another offering, great. And then elections, you know, from the time Miriam came up, you know, I keep seeing the 4-H office. And while I don't want to displace 4-H, it's a really large area that extends all the way to the end. But in talking with Jason, just doing a little bit of research, the county owns some property, and I know there's 17 acres off of a particular road that may be a good fit for 4-H if we're no longer using it. And maybe doing a partnership with the school and the community to build the 4-H facility. You've hosted them for, you know, shooting for years, and now we have another constituent that does that. Give them a nice home, expand our elections right here so people are comfortable and can do it. Because I really don't want to invest more money in this building, especially if, you know, some point this group or another group decides to move elsewhere. And then boards. We have a lot of boards, and I know there's probably been some conversations about it already, but let's get that out up front so we can find good people to sit on these seats because they do make a difference when they're advocating for us out in the community. And that just ties into leadership. Years ago, the planning group was around. I don't know where they are now. I don't know if they're still meeting or they're in hibernation. But we also need to tap the youth and the other young adults that are in the group. I think our average age went up with the new commissioners, no offense. It is what it is, but, well, no, with Tommy leaving, it probably balanced right out. Okay. I'm not saying you're mature. It's me and John. But we need it.
Just skip past that.
So
You're digging a hole down.
yeah, I'm working on it. So my shovel is huge. So, but there's an opportunity for us to really identify a lot of good people who are long-term Jones Countyans that have Jones County's interests at heart, and let's develop them. You know, because at some point I'm out of here, and you guys will be out of here, and we want to leave it in good hands. So why not prepare it? And that's all I got. I appreciate our employees that make this thing work, because without you, there's no us, and you're why we're here. Constituents for coming out and supporting, and we appreciate you. And the last thing, I'm sorry, we had talked about doing a suggestion box. It was great that Jerry came up and brought that idea. Not everybody is comfortable coming up front and talking. Let's bring the suggestion box back, because we have some employees with some great ideas that can make a difference. So let's put it back in play. Thank you.
Anyone else? Who's gonna be our adjournment?
John, your duty, every month, every meeting, is when he gives you the signal, just as fast as you can, so motion to adjourn. If not, we'll be here all night.
Or you gonna be our adjournment, Commissioner? Would you like to be adjournment? I mean,
I motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Second. All in favor, aye. You're officially adjournment.
There you go.
You're appointed for the next 4 years.
Thank